New Zealand would be able to resume when we went to the break, and the good news is they're going to. It's 192 for 3, and on the left, umpire Rod Tucker, on the right, umpire Daryl Harper have decided that the rain is gone, stumps are basically back in, and we're all set to go. So we've lost probably around 20 minutes during the course of those 2 breaks. It can be added on tomorrow. It can be added on today as well, so we can go after 6:30 tonight. And that's according to Rule 16.1.3, Clause A. The playing time on that day shall be extended by the amount of time lost up to a maximum of 1 hour. There you go. So we can make it up today, and I'm sure New Zealand want to use every possible minute to try and further their cause, but I'm not 100% certain that we won't see another shower or 2 in the meantime. So she's an on-off sort of occasion, but it's been a very good 2 days for New Zealand. They bowled Pakistan out yesterday. They picked up 7 for 90 in the last session. That was sterling stuff. And today they've had a pretty good batting performance too, particularly from the opening combination of Guptill and McCullum, who put on 120 for the first wicket. Bowled. Amazing. What happened there, Jesse Ryder? Absolutely just let it go on, and it cannoned into off stump. That was just almost like he wasn't switched on again.
That was always going to be a problem. In and out, concentration lapse, possibly missing the line, thinking that the ball will spin enough. He was standing outside the leg stump, just couldn't read the line, just couldn't read the spin on it, and he's gone straight away after the break. New Zealand suffer a major jolt as he was looking good. Strike rate of 74, 1 for 17, 192 for 4.
192 for 4. Enter James Franklin after the exit of Jesse Ryder. The lead 172, and New Zealand looking to get that up to around about the 280 to 300 mark by tonight, you would think. But every now and then they just lose a wicket, which halts their progress. Now Franklin averaging 21.84, batting in a specialist batting position. And a bit of bat and a little bit of pad involved here. And Jesse Ryder just it was quite wide of the crease. It did straighten a little bit, but on the angle it was always a little bit dangerous to leave it from that wide of the crease, and it got a big chunk of off stump. That's a good shot. So good. It's gone for 4. Beautiful timing from Franklin, and this time it is acknowledged it was off the bat. 198 for 4.
Yeah, a little bit of rain has not really slowed down the outfield because it was beautifully timed. And Wahab Riaz is a good sprinter, but he lost the chase there.
Such a sweet timer, James Franklin. 200 for 4.
And that brings up 200 runs for New Zealand.
Just hasn't got reset in time in his thinking.
Yes, the alignment was out completely. As we have another look at what happened to the stumps of Jesse Ryder, he was as bamboozled as some of us here up in the commentary box, because this was not expected there. Shouldering arms to the ball, and the ball hitting the stumps, and so Pakistan with a major breakthrough.
Well, he was looking good, Jesse Ryder. He'd hit a massive 6, very positive to get off the mark. Remember, he came out, he was on a king pair. Just see the angle, it just carried on. I mean, if it hadn't turned a bit, I think it still would have hit middle. It just wasn't covering it. Well, it's 15 overs to the new ball. If we get to that point in Pakistan, I think we'll probably take it. So they can bring their quicker bowlers back on and perhaps slow proceedings down a wee bit. Oh, that's turned miles. But because Taylor played a shot, he got out of it there, but it came back a long way.
Mohammad Hafiz is trying to convince the close-in fielders that this was out. Have a look at this one. It tweaked a mile. It came back, and well, umpire would have been guessing because there's a lot of turn there.
Well, he had judged the fact that Taylor's late effort to try and dab that or get down on the ball was a fair shot. Otherwise, if he'd have left it, that might have been a whole different scenario. If he'd looked not to play, intentionally not to play, but he got himself out of a spot of bother here by playing late. Oh, what a ripper. And that will be byes. And two of them. Taylor might want to look to come back, but Franklin's only jogging. But only the bounce saved Jimmy Franklin there. Otherwise, he'd have suffered the same peril as Jesse Ryder.
Something is happening finally for the bowlers, for the spinners. It went over the stumps. Really was a terrific ball. It spun and not only beat the batsman but the keeper as well. Well, a couple of great deliveries from Mohammad Hafiz. And that will certainly cause an alarm in the minds of the batsmen.
He's gone. Simple as that. Gee whiz, he's bowling well, this fellow. He's turning this game on its head. Mohammad Hafiz, in a very timid way. James Franklin has been picked up at first slip.
Oh, he came across as a complete novice on this occasion. They're playing down the wrong line, and Yunus Khan seldom drops them. He's a good fielder, easily netting that one. And Mohammad Hafiz has got his best test match figures. Only had a wicket earlier in his many spells, but he's picked up two now. James Franklin gone for 6, 2-8 for 5.
And it's 2 and 8 for 5, and that brings Reece Young out in just his second test match under a little bit of pressure now.
Well done, well done, well done. Come on, boys, come on.
Another heck of a lot against a turning ball, and Taylor's timed that beautifully, and it'll just get there for 4. Lovely safe option. 212 for 5.
Not a good ball from Abdur Rahman, bowling on the pads, looking for extra bit of spin from that angle, but was pitched too close to the batsman. And Taylor, we know, is a sweet timer of the ball. The fielder was adjusted from mid-wicket to straightish mid-wicket, and that allowed the gap. And he worked the ball away through that gap for 4.
Oh, just gets away from short leg. It was in the air for a long time. A real opportunity.
Well, they don't have a regular there at short leg. This really should have been attempted a lot better. He's a short man. He tried his level best, but really the anticipation was late.
Terrific work there. Yunus Khan, absolutely outstanding. It bounced in front of him, but what a very smart piece of work.
Well, it went quickly and to Yunus Khan's right, and he did so well at full stretch. Just bounced in front of him. Outstanding piece of work at first slip.
Ross Taylor calls for 2. We'll only get 1. Terrific delivery.
Well done, well
a little bit
done,
of bounce, a little bit of turn, taking the top quarter of Ross Taylor's bat.
Yeah, up by the sticker, up by that Gunnermore sticker. Taylor's got to be careful now. The man's gone in close on the offside just for that sort of delivery.
Swept this time in the gap, 4 runs. Good shot.
Oh, that's an excellent shot from Ross Taylor. Getting the right length and rolling the wrist, getting over top of the ball. Hitting it well in front of square. Look at that. Picked the gap beautifully. And a welcome boundary for Taylor and the New Zealanders.
through. So a misfield. Rhys Young will pick up a boundary.
Oh, look at the look from the bowler. Utter disgust at his fielder. Oh, it's just madness. Anger. Look at the anger in the eyes from Rahman. He's bowled 35 overs today. Rhys Young hits a nice cover drive. A little bit of swing. Azhar Ali just falls over, trips over his shoelaces and doesn't get a hand on it.
Well, it hit that used pitch and really spun, didn't it?
Yep.
Short this time. Taylor gets it away fine. Back cut that will race away for 4. So into the over. New Zealand 236 for 5.
Nice sweep by Young, and that gets him away from the strike.
45.
It's got away down the leg side, and that might just about go all the way. A valiant chase, and it's in vain. And he got a tick bill on that, did Ross Taylor, so a boundary to him.
Yes, I think Kane Williamson will be looking on with interest about possibility of him bowling a few overs tomorrow, maybe more than just a few. They took the leg slip option out, or leg gully option out for Ross Taylor, so that shot becomes a real safe option.
And lets the last one go, and that's a maiden over, 241 for 5.